Hi everyone, good morning, welcome to Wednesday Live. Today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about your next big thing. That thing that you are aiming for right now, that really exciting, challenging thing that you want so much, that you're so excited about getting. What is it? What is that thing? Tell me, I want to know. I would love to know. Tell me in the comments, tell me, wherever. I want to know what your next big thing is. When we have this thing that we want, we have something to work towards. And how that helps us is by giving us that focus and that clarity on what we need to do, when we need to do it by, and how we're going to do it. So today I thought I would do a little exercise with you, and I hope this is going to help you to really get you thinking about what that next big thing is for you. What is it? Okay, so grab a paper and pen, something that you can take notes on. If you're watching on replay, pause me and let's have a really good think about what that next big thing is. And we're going to do some journaling, brainstorming, whatever you want to call it, on your next big thing. I know that when I have real clarity on what I want to get, how I want to do it, why I'm doing it, it really, really makes me focus on the things. And what that does for me and what it will do for you is it stops you procrastinating as much. Yes, you still do, but there's like a thing in your brain that's telling you, actually, no, I really want this thing. And this is why I want this thing. And actually what you're doing there isn't being really helpful, so you can switch off quicker from the procrastination. It prevents overwhelm when you know what you want and you know how you're going to get it. It stops that whole squirrelness, for want of a better way of putting it. So it stops you from getting distracted with the next new shiny thing. When you know what it is you want and why you want it and why you're going for it, and it's really, really clear, the distractions can be easily switched off or easier switched off. And this is really important because loads of us, we get distracted. We find something new that takes our attention. We lose focus. We think the grass is greener over this side. We're often doing this. I don't know about you, but I've done it. I've got into a challenging situation with something and gone, God, this is really, really difficult. Really, really difficult. So I'll do this instead. This will be easier. This launch will be easier. This thing will be easier to sell. This business will be easier to do. Oh, we all do it. I'm sure we all do it. It can't just be me. Oh, they're doing that over there. That looks like a really good thing for me to add to my portfolio. Or this looks like a really good thing for me to dig my teeth into. Or I could be doing something like that in my business. And I'm going to try that next. Distracting you from the main path of the big goal that you want. Oh, why do we do it to ourselves? I think our brains just work faster than our thought processes sometimes. Anyway, having that real clarity on what you want and why you want it will stop some of this or make you more aware of these things that are actually not making your business get where it needs to get, your goal, your dreams, your desires, what's watering it down. Okay? So, first of all, grab your pen and paper and I want you to write down what that goal is. And I want you to get really specific. What is that next big thing? That next dream that you've got? That next thing that you're going for? Now, this might not be something massive, or it might be something massive. Depends how your brain works. Depends what stage you're at business. Depends on a lot of things, really, how you like to set goals. But I want you to get as specific as possible. Is it hitting a certain target by a certain date? Is it getting to a certain leadership level by a certain date? Is it a certain amount of money in your bank? Is it paying off something? And how much is that? And what does that look like? Really specific. So that's the first thing I want you to do. When you've written it down, and I mean, if you're listening to me live or you're listening to me when you're in the car or whatever, come back to this and write it down and get as detailed as possible. If you're watching me on replay, pause me. Get it all written down. Then click play again. Okay. The next thing, how much do you want this thing? And I want you to be really honest. If it's, yeah, I'd quite like it, it's probably not going to have the same pull and that clarity giving thing as if it was something that, oh my goodness me, this would change my life. This, I want it because I can't miss out on it. Those sorts of goals, the sorts of things that just make you go, this is my dream, this is what I've always wanted, they work so well for giving you that focus and that clarity and that drive and determination to reach. It doesn't have to be money orientated. For me, back in the day, I wanted leadership levels. I wanted to be on stage at conference. I wanted to get in the top 10, to give me my sense of purpose, to give me my identity back, to give me that feeling of success. That's what I wanted. And it was so powerful for me that it made me do the things to get there. It gave me that unshakable resilience and determination to hit that thing because that's what I knew I wanted. Not everybody has that, and that's fine. And not everybody has a goal that they feel so strongly about, and that's fine too. But somehow you've got to find this thing that is going to make you do the things. So in the purpose of this exercise, we're talking about that next big thing. Why do you want it so much? How much does it mean to you to hit this goal? And rather than just writing everything or whatever it is, get real clear on it, brainstorm on it, write on it, journal on it, because thinking about it in so much detail is going to really help you understand how much this means to you. And when something means loads to you, you're more likely to put the effort in. You're more likely to hit those goals. But do you know what? Don't get disheartened or worried if you haven't got that thing. This is for you. This is for you if you have got that thing. There's other ways of working and building a business if your brain doesn't work this way, if you know what I mean. Okay. So how much do you want it was the first question. Your next question is, what does it mean to you? And I'm hoping this will get you thinking a little bit further than just how much do you want it. It might give you more things to write down or think about right now. What does it mean to you? For me, having my identity back meant everything. It was such a powerful pull. Now I have this big goal of my future. So the pull for that is huge as well. I don't want to have a future where I've potentially retired and I've got no money. I want to be able to be living a certain life in the future that gives me choices, that gives me experiences, that gives me and my family an amazing life. I have this big goal. I've put figures on it. I know what those are. I know how I'm going to get there. And I have that pull with what it means to me to be able to give that to my family and to me. That pulls from my heart. It makes me feel emotional. Another question you can ask yourself, why do you want it? Why? Why is it important to you? Why is getting on that next incentive trip important to you? Why is hitting that next leadership level important to you? Why is hitting that monthly sales goal important to you? And there's a really neat trick, and I can't remember who it is that invented this thing, but it's been rehashed so many times over the past few decades. I think it was somebody in Japan that started it off, but it's looking at the levels of why you do something. So you can ask yourself, why is this important to you? Why do you want it? What's this next big thing? Why is it important to you? And then you answer that question. So why is it important to you to get on this incentive trip? Because it's an amazing holiday. Because it's going to be so amazing. Okay, so then you say, why is that holiday being so amazing important to you? Why is it important to you really to get on that holiday? Well, actually, I've got this massive fear of missing out. because all those people will be on that holiday. And if I don't achieve it, I'm not going to be one of those people. I'm not going to experience that thing. So why is that important to you? Well, actually, I want to be successful like those other people on that trip. I want to have that experience. I want to feel what it's like to be like that. Okay, right. So why is it important for you to be successful and feel like that? Okay, so I've never felt successful before. Doing something like this for me would be the epitome of success. People would know my name. I would be able to prove to myself that I can do this. You know, and it then becomes something more than just, well, I want to get on a holiday. Do you see what I mean? So you can keep asking yourself, why is that important? Until you really get to that base level of, oh my goodness me, that's why I want this thing. And it's totally changes it when it becomes about emotion. It really does. The next question I want you to answer, your next big thing. When you get it, how will it feel? Really pulling on those emotions. Just sit yourself in that place where you have achieved your next big thing, whatever that might be. You've hit that monthly target that you've never hit before. You've done, 3 recruits in a week, and you've never done that before, and that's your big goal. You've got on stage at that next conference, that next award ceremony. How does it feel stood there in that place? Really, think about it. It's not just amazing. What actually is it? What are you experiencing? Who are you with? How are you all feeling? How are you going to celebrate? Think about all those things, because that, if you can imagine that, you can achieve it. Because your brain, if it can sit down and imagine you achieving this thing, your brain is very clever and at the same time very easy to manipulate, okay? So if you are sat in the future, in that place, in your brain right now, your brain doesn't know the difference between it being reality or not. If you say it to yourself often enough, and you show your brain and show yourself you achieving that thing, it sees it as possible. It sees it as done. And it's phenomenally effective for taking away that doubt that you're going to achieve the thing. Because if your brain believes you can do it, and you believe you can do it, nothing should stop you. And every time you have one of those doubts, oh no, I can't do this, just sit yourself back in that place of having achieved it. It's a phenomenally effective exercise if you can get your brain to work that way, and it takes a lot of practice, but it's very possible. The next question I want to ask you is a really serious question, okay? Because you might want this thing and you might believe you can do this thing, but this one question will impact whether you can do it or not. What are you prepared to do to make this goal happen? So a lot of people, they're not prepared to do the work. They're not prepared to spend the time. They're not prepared to do the difficult things. They're not prepared to put themselves on the edges or outside of their comfort zone, however you want to describe it. I don't believe about going outside your comfort zone is a healthy thing to do. I think you should just work around the edges and stretch it. However, to get somewhere you've never got before, your next big thing, you have to do things you've never done before. And some of those things might feel scary. Some of them might feel out of your comfort zone. Some of them might involve you going places or speaking to people that you've never been or spoken to before. It might involve you learning something new. It might involve you pushing yourself further than you've ever pushed yourself before. It probably will, because, doing the same things will get you the same results, I'm afraid. You're not going to get to that next big thing without doing something different. And that involves getting out and uncomfortable. It might involve you investing money. It might involve you investing in support. It might involve you showing up differently. It might involve you taking your socials to that next level, and you just, you might just not be prepared to be as visible as you need to be. I don't know. What is it? What are you prepared to do to make this happen? Are you prepared to do the difficult things? Are you prepared to go all in? Are you prepared to sacrifice something, anything? Are you prepared to let go of something, anything? Viewpoints, old habits, preconceived ideas, comparisonitis. What are you prepared to change? And I think this is really important that you think about these things, because getting to that next big thing is not going to be a walk in the park. It's going to involve you showing up differently, maybe, acting differently. If it's leadership, acting like the leader you want to be now to get yourself there quicker and faster. Creating new habits and routines. Being laser focused when you get home from an 8-hour shift at work and going, do you know what? I am tired, but I want this thing, and I'm going to do an hour of work before I sit down and have my tea to make sure that I am doing what it takes to get there. And I'm sorry, are you prepared to stop making excuses? This might not apply to you all, but some of you might need to hear that this morning. I got up at 6 o'clock this morning. I don't get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I didn't get up at 6 o'clock in the morning because I wanted to get to work. I got up at 6 o'clock this morning because I needed to take my daughter to work. I could have gone back to bed when I came home. I could have sat on my phone and scrolled, or sat and watched telly or whatever. I've sat this morning, I've done an hour of work because I was up an hour earlier. I started work an hour earlier because I have a next big goal. And that next big goal is, I can't do the same things that I was doing before. I can't spend the same amount of time on my business. I have to be doing more things to get me to that goal. That's my goal. You might not have to do more things. You might have to do less things. You might have to take a step back. You might have to show up differently. It might be something else. But for me, I've got a lot of work and preparation to do before I can do my next big thing. I have to do it. And it's going to take time or money for me at the moment. So I am spending time and I am spending money so that I can get an even balance with my life. So for me, choosing to get up early was not a choice, but choosing to start work early was a conscious choice I made to get me closer to that next big thing. So I want you to really think about those things today. Go back, watch it again. It'll be well worth it. Sit down, make some notes, really delve into your next big thing and those questions I've just asked, and get some real clarity and focus on what it is you want. And on Tuesday next week at 8 p.m, so Tuesday the 26th at 8 p.m, come along to your next big thing masterclass, where I'm going to take you through the steps you need to take to achieve that big thing. Bit more on this, bit more on the how. It's going to really help you. And if you are super laser focused on wanting your next big thing and you want to chat with me about how I can help you do that, something that will fit in with your budget, your time frames, come and speak to me, because I am offering 20-minute chats this week and next week to see how I can help you hit those next big goals in your business. Just book a call in here, drop into my inbox, let's have a chat. But for now, go and ponder your next big thing and do me a favour and take one action, just one action at the very least, towards getting your next big thing today. I shall see you all soon. Bye.